Hello, good evening and happy Sunday. We are here once again and sorry for being a little bit late. I have been out this afternoon, well all day really, but this afternoon I've been in a rehearsal for a big band, so which has been really lots and lots of fun. Had a really good day. So I literally ran in and let's see what's on the table. And also I'm going to do a sketch challenge. I love sketch challenges. Haven't done one lately, so I thought that we would try one today. So I'm going to take you down onto the desk, move you across there, and then I'm going to go through, just remind you that Celebration is still running. So you hear me most lives now, you'll hear me saying about this. It's lasting from the January through to the end of February. So I will be placing an order to either tonight or first thing in the morning. If anybody hasn't contacted me and they need something, then please let me know. Don't forget, Celebrations is a great time to stock up on things like consumables and like adhesives and just anything like Rienkas, anything that you might be needing coming up. Then just, even if it's stocking up on my favourite glue in the Tombow, just anything like that, you can stock up on anything in Celebration. If you spend a minimum purchase £55 here in the UK, then you can choose something out of here for free. Now, I have used these papers before, but they are on my table. Hi Anne, lovely to see you from New Zealand. So I'm going to be using these again. I'll just remind you where they are in the catalogue. These ones here, they are designer series papers. Nice, bright, colourful, and trying to get over the doom and gloom of our awful weather at the moment. We've had a lot of high winds and we've had rain today. So it's not been a terribly brilliant day. But hey, we all have weather extremes around the world, don't we? So today I'm going to use one of the sketches out of the mini catalogue. Now these are on page 12 in the catalogue. So I have taken a couple of ideas out of here, taken them off and blown them up a little bit. So these ones here, I have got a blown up picture here of the sketches. Now my sketches I've taken from here. I'm going to be using the two that I've got here, blown up to full size, well, to a larger size. They've gone a little bit blurred. They should be okay on your screen, I believe. Hi Pam, hi Lynn. So these, they've just distorted a little bit as I've blown them up, but you get the gist on that camera screen. That looks really clear. So I thought, I love these shapes. I love this layout. I've used this one a few times, but today I'm going to start off with this one and see how we go. So if I fold that in half so we can have that to the side of the screen, just to keep us on track. Get rid of the catalogues, get those over there. Now the Toadstool papers, like I said, this is the pack of 48 sheets. You can get those totally free as one of your choices before the end of February or while supplies last. I must say that because the stocks do run out towards the end of Celebration, so depending on the quantities that are in, so do just bear that in mind. So the colours in these papers are the ones I've written up here: Early Espresso, Fresh Freesia, Granny Apple Green, Melon Mambo, Poppy Parade and Pumpkin Pie. So I've quickly whisked those off my shelves. I'll put that to the side and whisk you through these papers. There are some gorgeous designs in here, like I said, bright and colourful. So this is a variegated one, so it doesn't show too well on just a corner snippet. So these are the front designs. Okay, and then on the reverse we've got the more muted tones, the plainer patterns. These might be the ones we use tonight, which will go with Lynn, because Lynn actually challenged me. I did the last time I used these. Lynn had challenged me to create with the backs of the papers. Some people have got a hang up with the pink toadstools here, and then the snails here. So I love the colours, I love the papers. So let's see what we can do. I have got some odd scraps here as well, so I might use some of those off to the side of me. In fact, that's going to be a pretty good piece to use for starters, isn't it? That's one of the bright patterns. I'm going to take that to use for here. Okay, so let's just pop those aside for now, and let's grab a trimmer. So first of all, I'm going to take a base card. If I choose which papers I think I'm going to use, actually, let's do that. So we've got, these are the fronts. We've got those ones kind of like all over patterns, those ones. So we've got that one, discard that one. The stripes are quite nice, and we've got dotties on the back there. Got to think what's going to go with this one. Something like this, I do like the lines you can either have downwards or across. So you're going to get little snippets, but you'll get more of them coming down. So I might use that one. And then on the back of these, we've got more greens. You see, you can change. You can see that just over there, can't you? Let's move you over. Move these over. So choose 3 that are going to go well together. So I like stripes. This is bringing through to the lilac side, and this is the green. I think that's not the right pattern for this. This is lovely, but it's quite busy. Having said that, we could take out just sections. So depending on where we take the piece from, and then we've got the wood. That's too dull for today. So if I'm not using the Toadstool stamps and punch, I don't have those. So we'll discard that one and maybe come to one of these. So quick poll. Hi, Angela. Just have a look on here and think whether you'd like to go pinks or purples. I think the personal preference, I think the pinks are more vibrant. So I'm going to cut a base card from my thick whites. Yeah, let me I'm going to change that. I have got one of each of my pack of each of the papers here. So I think I'm going to go down the pink. Thumbs up, down. Thanks, Shaz. Nice to see you. So I'm going to take this. I'll lean on top here. Look, there we go. And I'm going to score this in half. So my little red dots on here. Okay. And then this way round at the other red dot. So it's half that way and half this way. And there's 2 cards there. I'll pop one of those away later. So that's going to be there. Now, because I'm going to put some bright papers on here, I might do a layer. So I'll set that aside. And I'm going to take a piece of the white and cut a layer. Sorry. The printer in the background is just calibrating itself. So I'm going to cut this 1/2 centimetre under what I had here. So that's going to be 14.3. Okay. Obviously, if you're in inches market, the imperial, then you'll know what to do for your either an 1/8 or a 1/4 of an inch. So take those 2 off and put that on there. We might texturise that and we might put these on, but I'm going to build it up and see how it looks before we adhere everything together. So if we look at this kind of layout, we've got the pattern there, we've got the card there. This might be a good width, but 1, 2, 3 probably would be on the white layer. So let's just see what measurement that is on my little squares on here. That's actually, these are centimetres, so that's 3 centimetres. I'm going to play devil's advocate and just take that down a wee bit and take that down to 2.5. I know it's not a lot of difference, but I think it might be better on the spacing. And then we will work out kind of what depth we'd like on here. When you work with sketches, there's no rights or wrongs. The banner that I'm going to put on here, I already have a few cut, she says, hiding up over here. Depends on, that's a bit small though. No, we won't use that one, too small. So we will put something coming across here. Because of the length we've got on here, I'm going to just take a little bit off that. Just bring it back. I'm going to go by 6 centimetres. Okay. So these are my sizes. So that's 2.5 by 6. So let's cut a piece off here at 2.5 again. So 2.5. And then line it up top and bottom at 2.5. Guillotine that down. And we're going to go 6. You like the pinks. Well done. So got a 6 on here. So that's another piece there. And we've still got some choices after this, you know. So diamonds, these diamonds can go either way. They're not true diamonds. They're kind of like a crosshatch. So we do exactly the same size on all of them. So 2.5. I had the conversation the other day with somebody with regards to how do you know which way to cut first? Not if I wanted to have 6 by 2.5, I'm cutting that there. But if I cut the 6 first, I'm only going to take a little piece off. So I've not wasted, but I've shrunk this piece. So if you go for your smallest measurement first, 2.5 on the top and 2.5 on the bottom, guillotine that, and then turn it, and you've got a bigger piece left. You don't know what your next project might be, so just maximise the sizes there. And I think I might like to put, I like that, stronger on the outside and like that on the inside. So let's just see where we're going with that. If we want to change any of these, we could. So we've got toadstools on there. I don't like those ones. I think a bit of colour might be nice. The banner I'm going to use in the middle, I'm taking from Stylish Shapes. I said the other day, this is my most used set, I think, certainly at the moment. Love these. The banners are brilliant. Then it's got squares and circles. They are all stitched. So like this one on that card, I could have that in the centre. I could have it over to one side. Don't really want that. That's far too wide. We could have that one, would work nicely. Okay, so leaving those two out, I'm just going to take a look and see what stamps I've got on my table here. Oh, in fact, that's quite a nice one. The Attention Shoppers was one I was playing with the other day. I'm going to keep this quite plain because the papers are going to do all the work. So I could do Happy Birthday, would probably fit in there. That would look nice. So we've got that one as a choice. We've got that one I've used recently. I think we used that one fairly recently as well. This one's got a nice thank you on there, so it's a little bit longer. Thanks cards are always good to have on hand. So I think I might go back to that actually. Okay, so Sandra, oh look, my cards from last time I used this set. There you go, you've seen all of those. I'll take the thank you. Now we have got a faux pas here because we haven't got the blocks out. I've got everything else except the blocks. So just bear with me a sec. I think I'll use that one. So we're going to do some stamping with those. And I'm going to quickly just take this off the desk and I'm going to emboss this layer. I want to show you as many things as I can that were free in Celebration. So this is the embossing folder that is one of your choices. So this is called Star Struck embossing folder. You can use any texture you've got in your stash. So just using that one for now. Now this is a standard embossing folder. I'm just going to remind you on here it tells you the sandwiches to use for the embossing. This is for the shim for the dies, so I'll take that out, and on here it will tell you using the thin dies, and this is our sandwich. So it says the 2, which is the shim, and then it wants 2 clear plates. So I'm going to put that there, make my sandwich, pop that in, and then pop the other one on top. Okay. I don't think it does want the shim in there. This is one of those in the middle ones, isn't it? Using the thin dies. You see these? Not the dies. It's not the dies, is it? These ones. Embossing folder. This one. Using a standard embossing folder. I just need those two. I thought that was strange. Too thick. There we go. Know by the resistance. Okay, that resistance is just right. It's not forcing it. It's just the right depth. Okay, so I'm going to take that off there. Put that on the floor for a sec. And then we have this beautiful textured layer. I've used this a few times already. I'm going to bring it up to the camera. Hopefully I can get you to catch that on there. It's nice little floral designs on there. It's really, really pretty. Okay. The mini big guillotine. Absolutely, Maureen. I love it. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Anne. Yeah, the mini guillotine was the bee's knees. This was a free joining offer as a package. This was part of the items, and it was a good few years back now. And then the surplus were available for sale, very limited period, because they just were snapped up. Beautiful little guillotine, absolutely perfect. I'm with you. I might actually think about putting that on the suggestion. We have a suggestion, ideas we can forward things to. So this is your embossing folder. I'm going to put that away again now. Come back to my card and we're going to adhere that down and lid off my glue. Now when I used this the other day, yesterday I believe, it was coming out very blotchy, so I'm just going to, was it this one or the other one? Excuse me, still got that nasty cough. See if I can get more out of this one. There we go, make sure those edges are all caught. Yeah, I had a little bit of a, it's getting towards the end, you know, when it's going to just ooze out without even being squeezed. I'm going to plop that on there. And then we'll come back to our little strips. So we had that one, and we liked the strips, the stripes, didn't we? Why do we still like that one, or do we like that one better? I think that looks better actually now. I'm going to put them on there like so. Now, the thing is for spacing, I like to just get those, try and get those spaced evenly. Excuse me. Again, it's cold in here. My nose is running. So I'll just grab that. Tweezers. Okay, so I like to just lay these out where I think they're going to go. One in dead center. Okay, there. Just make sure that we're kind of looking at the right side space. So I'm going to go in one from the edge here. If I line this up on my grid paper, the mat here, I can say, right, 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to bring that about 4.5 blocks down. You can do this with your grid paper as well. So I'm going to attach this one. I'll then come over here and attach this one so they're equal from the side. Then this one will be plonked in the middle afterwards. Okay, just trying to work out your calculations. At the weekend, while I was away, 1, 2, 3, 4.5. The weekend while I was away down south, that I talked about last time, I made a birthday card for a friend of mine, and I did a piano keyboard. So I had a DL card, a long card, and I had all the piano keys and trying to get them all lined up perfectly spaced, and it looked really good. I was really, really pleased with it. It's just trying to get those evenly spaced. Okay, some adhesive on there. So again, I'm going to go down here 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So I want that to be there and about the same width as the other side. It's going to come there. So you're kind of like working those two in. So the level here from both sides of your mat or your grid paper, and then this one, do like my tweezers, that will fit in the centre there. It doesn't matter if the outside edges are wider, you're going to have a nice even gap in the centre. And there we go, around the edges of that one. Amazing, just by turning that paper over, there's too much orange in there. This just brought all those colours back together quite nicely. Okay, evenly spaced. There we go. Just going to put a little bit of a block on there just to weigh those down a bit to make them stick a little bit. So that's those. I'm going to put them aside, let them just sit there. Take a little scrap of the white. So, excuse me. Oh, that's very touch and go. Shame, it's nearly the right size. Go for a little bit bigger. So I have all my ink pads here ready. I'm going to do the thank you, which came from the, which set did I just have out? The heart-shaped one from Celebration. And I'm just going to stamp that. That isn't, all the ink in there is it becomes my palette when I've done watercolouring. It's really handy to have a few on hand. Just waken that up with some ink whenever you're ready, your water whenever you're ready. Stamp that a little way from the edge. There we go, perfect. Hi Jane, nice to see you. So I'm going to cut that piece out of here. Okay, mini guillotine, did I bring over? No, I didn't. So we'll just have the big one. I'll have the big one back again. Okay, and I do need the shim going back in now because I'm cutting dies. Back in number 2 and then 2 3s. Sounds like you're doing your maths, doesn't it? Maths homework. So bring that nicely into the centre. And then while I'm here, my mind works overtime, and I'm going to cut this again in a different colour. Okay, we'll take that one out of the, just push that out nicely. And then I'm going to recut this with some small pieces of a couple of other colours. I cut one in this, the fresh freesia. Okay. Sketches are great. You don't have to follow the template exactly the same. It's just a guideline. It's giving you some shapes and some ideas, but you can always adapt and ad-lib yourself. So it's still giving you flexibility. I'm going to do one in Melon Mambo as well. Might go on there, let's see. Yes, that will fit there. I want to show you how versatile they can be. Hi Debbie. There we go. Chair there. So the reason I've done that, take that off now, is because I'm not sure whether I want white on there, because it's quite, we've got white in the background. It won't go unused. I'll still use it on something else. Now, if I was to do that in pink, I think that might be too much, but I kind of like the thought of bringing this one through. But now I'm looking at it and tried it, I think that might be too wishy-washy. So I think I might do this one, the pink on there. And so what I've got here as well, I brought one of the other colours is espresso. So because that is in some of the papers, I've got that one on my desk. It's a nice neutral. We haven't got it featured in these particular colours, but I think it might be a good one to try and stamp on here. So if I stamp that there, I'm just going to clean the ink colour off that stamp. You can tell my chamois are well used, can't you? They do stain, so there's nothing wrong with the staining. It just means it's well loved. And the ink pigment is there, but you wash them under your tap. No chemicals, just plain water. So it's good for the environment as well. Stamp that on there. Okay. And take a look at that one. Let's see what we think of this. So that would be a different look to this. Okay, putting the white one on there. Kind of gets lost, doesn't it? I hope you can see that. Trying to hold it straight for you, but that one brings the colours back through, so I think I'm liking that. Yeah, I think we'll go with that one. So I'm going to just put the Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that, so give it some lift. So in my box of tricks, these ones are coming a little bit to the end here, so put a couple of these on. One there. And this one's already taken the back off it. Okay, now I might not stick that one just yet. I seem to think I did this last time. Because they've got the backs taken off, I'm just going to put it back on there. Good holding place. So sometimes it's worth keeping your backing sheets to do that, and then you can just lift it off and use it when you're ready. Okay, I've just got some wispy bits out there. Get rid of that, get rid of that. So what I thought I'd just quickly do was grab, because I used the sentiment out of here, the heart-shaped, these are the celebration ones. There are some dies in here that cut some little images, okay? So we did use these one day before. Ooh, look. That is just a coincidence, because this is one of the colours in here. We've got a little flower there going begging. But I wanted to cut some of the greenery. So these little ones here, some leaves. I could have used that as the banner, couldn't I? Kept it all in one set. But we could, I did show you these the other day, so I'll just keep this nice and simple today because it's more of a rush this evening. I've got the Granny Apple Green, was one of the colours that I listed earlier for you. So I'm going to do this little one on there. If I cut the excess off, then you don't get the scratchy lines from the cutting plate. So I'm going to bring that back. I would normally have the little mini machine for this, but hey, because we've got this on the table, I'll run that one through. Okay, take those off. There we go. So that can go in the bin. Just going to take my brush and push those through. Okay, I'm going to take there. I'll come through there. That's so dainty. It's so well cut. They're lovely. So if I have my banner that I put on here, just imagine what this could look like for us with this there. A little flower. I'm in the same colour. Don't want that same colour now. I want that to be in fresh freesia. So I'll pop those to the side. This is how easily sketches can change your outlook on things. There's that. Catch up later. You wait a moment. Monday craft group. Enjoy your craft group. And there we go. So I'm going to just come back in here a sec and take those little flowers out. This one here. They are so cute. I'm just going to pop that on there again. Slide that off the table. Come through there quickly. I didn't cut the excess off, but just did it to show you how this top plate is nice and clean actually, but sometimes when they've been used a little while, you can actually get them to look a little bit scratchy. Put that through there. There we go. So I think that flower would be a better one with this colour background. So if I pop that in the centre, go back to the sketch so you can see what we're copying. Move that out of the way. There's your sketch so you can see that. So this is what we're working to. We've got a greeting going to go in there. You can see that the length of my is it nice and straight? I think so. The length of my banner is different. It's just for an idea. You don't have to use that shape. You can use the one that I just said in that stamp set and dies. You can use any combination you like. Now I wanted to put some more colour in here, so I wanted to use this one. Bit concerned I'm going to lose that one, so it's just gone on the case there. So this is this one. We could have that in a corner. This purple that side, so I'm going to pop that on there. I'm going to shape this very, very gently. I'm just going to put my fist in there, my knuckle in there, like so. And it just gives it a little bit of curvature on there. So dot a tombow on the back, and then we can put that on the side. And you've heard me before say how I use my tombow lid. Because I've curled that, I don't want to flatten it with my finger. I don't want to flatten it. So this curve edge here, just hold it down just for a few seconds, and that will just, while the glue sets. It's very quick setting on that one. Okay, so that's there. I have some sequins I'm going to show you in a little while. I just want to bring these leaves back on and see which way we're going to put those. Remember, when you cut your dies, you will have a right and a wrong side, a good cut and the negative, especially with these ones because they are very detailed. They've got that the kind of partially cut layer into them. Now I'm just going to cut the stems off here because this is a nice dainty little flower. I want that just to be tucked under there and not stick out the other side. Okay, so we'll pop a dot of tombow again on the back here, just lightly dab that there. So that's going to come under this way. That could come towards our sentiment, couldn't it? No, maybe not. You'll go over that way then. Okay, there we go. So that's that direction. We'll see a little bit just of this one coming out somewhere. So that could just poke its little head underneath there where it's raised up. Okay, on there, there and there. Now, while you're still with me and I remember, I'm just going to let you know that I won't be live on Wednesday this week because music again, I'm afraid. It's our monthly gets together for our quartets. So what I will do is I will go live on Thursday. Okay, so that's the day after. So rehearsal, last time we went on till 10:30. So it's quite later, or yeah, I can't do it beforehand. So I'm going to take one of these. These are the little sequins, and that says on the back here what they're called, the purple backed adhesive back sequins. But these are also one of the free celebration items. Okay, they're a consumable. I think this one's going to look strongest on the colour against the the freezer. If I get my... Take your pick tool, the little putty end off here. Got some putty on the end there. And I'm just going to slide that off the backing paper and plonk that in the middle. There we go. So just press on that. Now, doesn't that look gorgeous? Okay, so there is one of our cards done. Okay, with that little gem, just move him over very, very slightly. And again, just push him in the middle. Make sure he is properly. That's a really simple card, just made from this sketch here. Okay, so that just kind of gives you a little bit of freedom when you don't know what you want to make, but you've got some papers. Even if you've got some scraps to use up, just use those as basic shapes and then just go with it. You could have those strips this long, you know, any time in between, any shaped banner. If you've got a punch, you could have a punch shape that you could put in there. Choose your greeting and then find something that's going to fit. Now the cord on here, I had here another celebration item. Obviously, I'm giving you a lot of choices, so you can choose which of those you'd like. This piece was wrapped around, and it's a twine. This is one of the free celebration items, and it is the seam binding. This is a really soft, crinkled seam binding, and it's in the fresh freezer colour. Okay, so I'm not wrapping mine all the way around because I've stuck my layer down. Had I not put this one down, I could have heavier than twine, so I'm just going to do a little bow for you so you haven't seen. Oh, thanks, Maureen. I'm just going to make a little bunny ears with the loop on that side, and then this finger I'm just going to make another bunny loop, bunny's ear, crisscross, and then just tuck that through the middle to tie my bow. Okay, and then it looks a bit misshapen, but then you just pull the tails, not the bunny tails, just the end of the ribbon, and then pull those out and just gently shape until you get the size that you want, and tightening it and then pulling the tails again. Okay, so you're just pulling that in my hand here. Okay, you've got a nice little bow there, and as you tighten it, it brings that shape there. Look, I want that a little bit smaller. There we go. And I love this ribbon, it's just so soft, so lovely. So if I grab my big scissors here, because I like to make it so it's the tails are long ways, so when I cut my bow, cut those there, so it's going upwards. It's very static as well. Okay, now if you want to find the exact length of that bow, so you do the same for the other side, you could just fold those in together in the middle. Okay, so they're facing the right way, and then just pop that along the side there, so you've got it even. Turn it over and just cut it along there, or you can just eyeball it. Okay, just take that roughly along there. Look, static, you see on my hand. Sticking to me. There we go. So we've got one down that way and one down that way. Now I think that could look nice in a corner there. Remember, instead of wrapping it around, I've just put another little bit of decoration on there. I would never put ribbons on with glue, the wet glue. The Tombow glue is, there we go, it's oozing out there. Yeah, we don't want to use that. I'm going to use my mini glue dots. Those of you who follow me regularly will know our mini glue dots are absolutely gorgeous. So if I just press this on here, if it's a thicker ribbon, a thicker weight, then I would be inclined to do more than one glue dot. But this is really very delicate. So I'm just going to place that on the back here, on that corner, just so that you can still see a bit of shape there from the banner. And it just finishes off that card. So that is that sketch. I'll leave those on there for you, just a little bit longer. I really love that. It's given you just an insight into some sketches. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing that one. Bring that down. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. There we go. Come up there. Just bring it a little bit closer. There we go. So I will come back to me, bring the screen back to me, and say, I hope you enjoyed that. So it's been a bit of a rush today, but I hope you enjoyed. And like I say, I won't be on live on Wednesday, but I will be on Thursday evening, same time, so it'll be 9 o'clock on the Thursday. Okay, so hope you can join me, and take care, and I will see you all soon. Don't be afraid to try those sketches in the catalogue. Both the annual and the mini now have a selection of sketches in there. So try some out, and then post in the comments below if you make something with one of those. Okay, so take care, and I will